one is layered architecture. So the basic structure of layered architecture is so there is a figure we have seen later. We will see later. So next one is a number of different layers are defined. So what is a layer is layers like it is formed in the form of a layers. So 1, 2, 3 like that. Some layers it will be defined. So what is why we are defining the layers? So in order to perform some operations, in order to achieve the some progressive, become closer to the mission instruction set. So according to the mission instructions, like for example, robots. For robots, we will use some mission instructions into the chip. Okay. According to the instructions, in order to follow that, in order to observe those, so we will go for the layer architecture. So at the out layer, component service user interface operations will be performed. So how the design will be, we will see. Okay. So outer layer is perform the user interface operations. In the inner layer, it will go for the some operating system interface elements, some services and applications. So this is the layered architecture design. So this is some core layer. After this core layer, we will have a utility layer. Then this is an application and this is a user interface layer. So in user interface layer, we call as these are the components. Okay. So like operating system. In operating system, you have a kernel. So after the kernel only, you will whatever the things you want to. For example, you are requesting something in your laptop, then it will go for the kernel. So in kernel, it will give the some what we can say. It will give the some directions. Then the operating system, whatever we are seeing is the output. Okay. So for example, if you want to boot your system, so in order to boot your system, it will ask the go for the kernel. That means core layer. So in that core layer, whatever the things are there, it will be order the utility layer. So these are the given by the instructions by the machine. That means we will write some instruction set. Okay. So when you are shutdowning, so shutdowning the operating system, what the system will do? It will check whether all applications are closed or not. If there is any application is open, it will it will show to you. So there is some application it is not closed in your laptops. Okay. So that is the layered architecture. So Android is also layered architecture. Operating system is a layered architecture. And next, architectural design. So up to now we have seen some architecture styles. Let's go for what is the architectural design. Okay. So an architectural design begins the software to be developed must be put in context. That is, the design should define the external entities, the software interacts with, and nature of the interaction. So how the software is interacting. So how the software is having some external entities. That means how the system is acting with the people. That means how humans are interacting with the system. So how the system, how it is getting any error by using of the people, or if any device is connecting to that, how the software is acting, and also the software interacts with and the nature of the interaction. So what type of interaction it is going on, whether through the mouse or whether by the touch. So what type of interaction. Once context is modeled and all external software requirements interfaces have been described, you can identify a set of architectural archetypes. So, in order to design the architecture, first we have to go for the context. So, what is the context? Context is nothing but how the design should be defined the external entities. So, if your external entities means externally, if it has any. So, for example, pen drive. If I connect the pen drive to the system, how it has to be act. So, that is the external entities. Or else, if I give some projector connector, so which mode it has to go. If I connect some LAN wire, so how the network has to change from Wi-Fi to LAN. Okay, the called as the external entities. Or else, and the software interacts with and nature of the interaction. So how the software is interacting with it. So how that means how the interaction is nothing but how whether it is in a normal speed, whether it is going for the high speed, or whether it is not opening. So what type of interaction. So that is a context. So once this context is modeled, Then all external software interfaces. So if you are connecting the USB, so what is the internal interface? Okay. And next, we have to describe all those things. So there is a set of architectural archetypes. We call as those are the set is called as a archetypes. So at the architectural design level, a software architect uses architectural context diagram (ACD). In order to design the architecture, they use some software architectural design diagram (ACD) to model the manner in which software interacts the external entities to its boundaries. So whatever the architectural design, in order to draw that, so we have to know the language that is the architectural contrast diagrams (ACD). So the generic structure of the architectural contrast diagram is, so there is a figure, so we will have to see. Okay, so this is a diagram of the architectural contrast diagram (ACD). So in this ACD we have the four types. One is the subordinate, actors, peers, and target system. Okay, so what are those? Let us see. Superordinate systems. And next one is the subordinate systems. And next one is the peer level systems. And next one is the actors. So these are the four parts that are interested in the in context level. So we said that in our architecture context design, in our ACD, in our ACD we have to follow first. We have to model the context. So in order to draw the context, these are the 4 points we have to consider. First one is the superordinate system. Second one is the subordinate, and third is peer level, and fourth is actors. So actors means the people or the devices. Peer level means the system that is peer to peer. That means if you are connecting the two systems, so that is the peer to peer. And next one is the subordinate systems. So for example, in previous days, LAN is connected to one system and the remaining systems will be interconnected. Okay, so the main one is the like a server and client. So the main system is the like a superordinate. The remaining systems which is connected through that is called as the subordinate systems. So that is superordinate and subordinate. So these are the 4 things in the representing the system in the context level, in the design, architecture design. So this is the architectural context diagram, ACD. Next, so in previously we have said that archetypes. So whatever see, in order to define the context, in order to model all the external interfaces, then you have to define some architectural archetypes. So what is that archetypes? Let us see. So defining the archetypes. Okay, so what is the archetypes? An archetype is a class. So archetype. So we are saying that archetype. So archetype is nothing but it is a class or pattern that represents a core abstraction that is critical to design of an architecture of the target system. In order to design the target system, we will go for the archetypes. Okay. So in general, this is a relatively a small set of archetypes. In order to design some target system, we have to maintain some small set of archetypes. So because in order to represent some complex, there is some complex systems in order to design. Okay, for those, these archetypes will be designed. So this target system architecture is composed of these archetypes. What are those? Let us see. So the following archetypes can be used. So first one is the node. So what is a node? Node is nothing but it is a collection of input and output. Okay. And next one is a detector. So what is a detector? It is nothing but a sensing of all equipments. So if you keep the pen drive, so it will showing that some USB is connected. So how it is getting some detecting is there. Okay. If you are connecting to some hotspot, so your system will show the some what are the hotspots you are available near to you. How it is getting that information by detecting. So that is a detector. Okay. And third, indicator. So So if your battery is getting down, so it will show. So your battery is low. Please current charging. Please or whatever the message. So it is given some indication. So that is the indicator. Okay. So controller. So controller is nothing but so for example, in order to you are opening up so many of the files at a time. So it makes some controlling over there. Okay, an abstraction that depicts a mechanism that allows the arm or disarming. Okay, so when it is getting the updated, when your laptop operating system is getting some updates, so if you are unable to see that and you are pressing the power button so many times, then it will give us some indication to you. Don't turn off your computer. It is getting the update. Like that you will get some information. Okay. So that is the control. So these are the some archetypes. These are the archetypes. Node, detector, indicator and controller. So these are the archetypes. Okay. So this is the archetype design. So archetype first one is a node. Okay. So next one is a detector and indicator. So how the connection is? Detector and indicator both are connected to the node. So through node, it will go for the controller. Okay, through the controller the communication will be done. So this is the archetype diagram. Okay. So the summary. So we have seen some architecture, design, and we have seen some of the archetypes, and we have seen what is the software architecture.